Okay, so the software I was using just kind of cut out. So let me kind of regain my footing here. So we calculated a value of k of 69.4. All right. So we've got k equals 69.4. So again, we're trying to find a exam score that is the 90th percentile, meaning 90% of the other scores are lower than this number. So 90% is our area. And I said that this value of k, this 90th percentile, should be greater than 68, but less than 73. And certainly 69.4 fits that bill. So let's look and see how we do that with the NumWorks calculator. And I don't want to forget, I'm still going to do the older Texas Instruments calculator, but I'll do that next after the NumWorks calculator. All right, so with the NumWorks calculator, um, let me just back out just so we can see this from the beginning. So you want to go to the distributions menu or app, go to the normal distribution. Yeah, mean of 63, standard deviation 5. All right, now what we want is we want the area to the left, okay, but instead of putting a value of x, now what we're going to do instead is we're going to put an area. So now we want to put an area of 0.9. Now watch what happens. Once I hit the execute key, exe key, it's going to give me the value of x. There we go. So at 69.4, the area to the left of it, the area to the left of it is 0.90 or 90%. Okay. So that's how we would do it here on the NumWorks calculator. And this is why I like the NumWorks calculator for teaching statistics. And I think it's good for students to learn statistics. And that not only is it visual, but if you put in a value of x, you can calculate an area. If you put in an area, it'll give you a value of x. And it's all in one screen. So you get the CDF function and the inverse norm function kind of in one screen. And that's what I like about it. Okay, so enough about gushing about the NumWorks calculator here. Um, so, on both calculators, we got 69.4. What do you do if you've got an older calculator? So here I've got an emulator for an older calculator, a TI-83. And if we go to the inverse norm function, let me turn it on. Let's see here. Should. Here we go. Okay. So if we go to distributions, we go down to inverse norm. Now notice it doesn't prompt us with any help. We have to kind of already know what the arguments are. And so the first argument would have been the area. And then the second argument was the mean. And the third argument was the standard deviation. And you can see it gives us 69.4. But what I did is I wrote a program called inverse n for inverse norm, and it'll work on every calculator from a TI-83 up. So you have to hit enter to get the program to run. So you put in your area, which is the first thing that you're prompted for. Okay, then you need to put in the mean, which is the second thing you're prompted for. then the standard deviation. And then it asks you if you want to calculate the area to the left, to the right, or in the center. So we want the area to the left. So, we can just click up and down, but we want the left. And now it gives us our value of 69.4. So I think the program that I wrote gives you the prompts that help you in the same way that the newer calculator inverse norm gives you or asks you for, or gives you. Okay, so I tried my best to give the same functionality to older Texas Instruments calculator users as best as I could. All right, and so this program is a custom one. It has to be loaded onto your calculator, but when it gets loaded in, it'll be in the Programs button. And here for me, it's the second one, inverse N. Okay. So let me just go ahead and put those values in here, just so that you see. So we have an area of 0.9, mean of 63, standard deviation of 5 to the left. And with the numworks, it's a mean of 63, standard deviation of 5, area to the left. And now you'll put the area out here. And it'll give you the value of X there, which should be 69.4. All right. Let me know if you have any questions.